Hello, my name is Tyson Hornick and I'm here with South Central Minnesota EMS Systems. I'm going to be going over the basics for our VR class. But before we start, I have a few disclaimers. If you start to feel sick or nauseous while in the simulation, please ask one of our moderators to assist you in taking off your headset. If you cannot easily access the ground or have a hard time getting on the ground with your knees, please let us know. If you have glasses and cannot see without them, do not worry. Our headsets have built-in adapters. One last thing, feel free to grab a mask before jumping in. Helps keep the headset clean for the next user. We all look kind of funny in them. Some quick basics on the headset is this knob back here, which tightens the headset. And this little volume button on the bottom. This helps raise the volume if you cannot hear the patients talking to you. That's another thing. When you guys are in the simulation, you guys can also talk to the patients. They will talk back to you. Or you can talk to bystanders, or you can ask police for assistance. You have a trigger here, 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 and here. When you're grabbing an item, you want to hold down both triggers. Do not let go unless you want to put away the item. Alrighty? If you're trying to roll a patient, grab all 4 triggers and lift up. To remove a patient's clothing, take both triggers, pull down, and pull away the clothing. Alrighty, when you guys load in, you guys should see the SCEMS Medical Simulator menu. What you're going to do is you're going to click Search Sim Groups and join via our name. If you guys do not see this menu, please let one of our moderators know. I'm going to be going through the tutorial and showing you guys the very basics. Alrighty, so as you guys can see, I have a patient here. The blue colliders here mean I can interact with the patient. If I hold a tool and you see a blue indicator pop up, that means I can do something there. For example, if I want to get a blood sugar and I take a lancet, if I'm holding a lancet, I'll have a blue bubble right by his finger so I can prick his finger. Now, in this case, what I can do is I can give him a sternum rub, right? And now, let's say I want to check his pulse. As you can see, I have the blue colliders. I'm going to put my fingers here. And in the controller, I can feel his pulse. Now, I'm not pressing anything on the controller. I'm simply bringing my hand close to his wrist. Okay? Alrighty, we're going to move on to the next step. Now, let's say we have a tool. If I go ahead and come over here and grab this tool, I will have new indicators. Now, I can listen to his lung sounds, I can listen to his heartbeat, his bowel movements, all that, right? So all I'm going to do, while holding it, I'm holding down the 2 triggers on this right controller. If I let go, the tool goes back to where I got it from, okay? Now, anyways, getting back to this, if I bring my stethoscope over to the blue collider, you can hear the sounds. Perfect. And once again, releasing the item from your hand by letting go both triggers will set the item back to where you got it from. Alrighty, in order to roll a patient, this gets a little bit more difficult. You're going to take both hands and hold down all 4 triggers at once and raise up. I'm going to demonstrate that now. One hand here, and up. Awesome. Now we have the patient rolled over to his side. In order to roll a patient down, we are going to put our hands here, hold down all 4 controllers, and bring him down. Now let's say your patient has clothing and it must be removed. What you're going to do is you're going to take one hand and squeeze both triggers. Alrighty? So go up to the piece of clothing until it highlights and pick it up. Make sure the object is outside of this blue box before you release. The clothing will be put on the table. I'm going to do that again. Make sure it's outside of this blue bubble. I'm going to release. It's folded up on the table. Once again, fold it up on the table. Oh, and the boots are off. Alrighty, we're going to go on to the next step. Alrighty, to warm a patient or put clothes back onto a patient, all you're going to want to do is go ahead, grab the clothing or the blanket, and place it in the blue collider. Alrighty, to get vitals, we're going to grab all of this. We have our oximeter and our blood pressure cuff. I'm going to start with the blood pressure cuff. Now that I'm holding the blood pressure cuff, I have 2 new indicators where I can put the blood pressure cuff. I'm going to put it on his right hand. Now that we have our reading from our blood pressure cuff, we see that as 120/80, which is normal for an adult male. Now, we're going to go ahead and grab our 12 lead, and we're going to place them on the person, right? This is more procedure, not step by step. So they're automatically going to go in the right place. And then we're going to place the oximeter on his finger. Now we have all the vitals. Alrighty, for our ALS, we do have different types of medication, okay? So here we have sodium chloride. As you can see, it comes in a nice vial. All you have to do is go ahead, maybe grab your needle or your syringe and bring your tool over to the vial till you see this little blue button, and on your right joystick, pull back, right? I'm just going to max this guy out because they didn't tell me how much to give him. Alrighty, and to inject the patient, all you're going to do is bring it to the blue collider till you feel your controller vibrate, and you're going to push forward on the joystick. Here we have a very fancy tablet. This displays vitals, patient's heart, lung, and abdomen ultrasounds. There's not a whole lot of scenarios where we use this, but it is useful sometimes. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our tools, tablet in one hand, ultrasound in one hand, and we're going to bring them over to the blue colliders. Alright, once again, release to let go, and they'll go back to the table. On the table here, we have an EMR tablet. To use a tablet, simply bring the controller over the tablet. The controller will automatically make it into a pointer finger, and all you have to do is bring it to the button you want to click. Now, because this is a tutorial, this does not have any data available. Alrighty, here in front of me, I have a medic bag. All of this is Army related because this used to be military programming before they gave it to EMS. That's why the whole tutorial is military. When you guys actually get into a scenario, it will be more civilian type scenarios, but this is the bag I have. In order to open the bag, take your hand and place it inside the bag till it turns blue, and click the top trigger. Perfect, I have it open. Now, each bag is labeled. Let's say I want to do a transfusion. I'm going to come over and click the top trigger. Now, in a real scenario, I'd have tools on here, but because this is a tutorial, there's nothing. To close it and open up a different bag, go ahead, bring your hand to the mat, click the trigger, and it's gone. You can open up another one. Alrighty, that concludes our little tutorial video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys very, very soon.